Okay, do you trust your future family to safeguard your ashes? This is a debate that this guy was having with his fiance. They were talking in the car, and according to the email, he says, I've always said that when I die, just take what works, donate it, burn the rest. Well, my fiance pushed back and she said, okay, well, why would you not want a gravestone that would be a marker for generations to come? They would see, they'd be like, oh, they see your name and when you lived and when you died. She said, do you think a great-great-grandson who you never met is going to hold onto your old ashes? And she said, do you want to wind up in a landfill somewhere? She said, that's what's going to happen. Do you know anyone that has ashes that go back further than a grandparent?
Yes.
Okay. How many people do they have?
People up in Rhode Island, there are people who are quite old that there's ashes still around and urns.
And what do they do? Do they make a room for them, or do they just put them on the mantle? Because I would think that would get full after a while.
They usually spill it and then throw it over their shoulder, kind of like
like salt.
Yeah.
I kid. No, they keep them on a mantle. I mean, even with my mom and Aunt Anne's ashes. Mm-hmm. My sister Becky has both of them, and you look at they're 2 boxes.
Yeah,
they look identical, and you're like, wow, it's kind of crazy. That's your mom and your aunt right there.
Right.
And I think what's cool about that, if your family's cool, some people get them for a certain time, and maybe 10 years I get the ashes.
Yeah, and I think she's thinking about what's going to be happening to your ashes in another generation or two, because are people really going to hold on to that? Are you going, hey, this was your great-great, and you'd be like, I don't care.
I never met him.
Right. I don't have any kind of connection to him.
Do you hold on to ashes of a dead relative you've never met?
Now, who are you asking this question
And then you give it to your kids, and what are your kids going to do with it?
If I found out I got my great-great-great-father's ashes and I never met him, obviously, I would think that's so tight.
Yeah, you're going to hold on to that. But what if it's 8 different people that you wind up getting, and it passes to you? You're like, well, what am I going to do with all these?
Well, then all of a sudden now we're making a whole wall.
This man is a man of shelves. I think he would build a shelf.
I would totally turn it into some kind of memorial thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you would respect your dead elders. Not all children would do that.
Yeah, and the question would be, would you trust your ashes to your future family that's going to be living in 150 years from now?
Like Rocco's kids. My son Rocco's 11. Are his kids going to care about my grandmother's ashes?
Right.
That's what she wants. My grandma, who's 102, she wants to be cremated and then taken to a burial site where her husband is.
Okay.
But what if she didn't have a site? What if I was going to hold on to him? And I give him to Rocco, he gives them to his kids, and his kids don't care because they never met Grandma Helen.
Right. I think the ultimate would be do both. Now, I do like the concept, because if you do get cremated, then maybe your family that knew you and cherishes you, then you're there with them. And maybe you take half and you put that someplace where you have a marker, almost like what your grandmother's doing, so you get the best of both worlds.
I would like a little divvy.
Yeah.
What I think is cool is when people take their ashes or the remains and then they put them in with a plant or a tree, and then you go and visit that tree. And that's kind of just, circle of life kind of a thing. Nature, you're in the ground.
That is cool.
I do like, I hear it's very expensive.
So, the question that they have is, how long do you keep the ashes? What do you think the average is? Does it go to a great, 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 great? When are you going, all right?
I think it depends on how your family talks about the people in the past. I mean, there's some families that really revere their family name and the people that came before them. And then there's other people going, I hate my family and I don't care. Throw them in the ocean.
I don't think it ultimately bothers me, because the way that I look at it, if I got a gravestone, who really is going to know me is going to want to go visit in several generations.
Yeah, but
if I'm at somebody's house, then that might be a little bit better.
Someone explained it to me. Going to a gravesite becomes an event, and almost kind of like for your family, if someone passes away, you're going there to honor them, and it's an event for that person. And it kind of makes it special for them.
Yeah.
And I think that's why people like that.
Well, a lot of people saying, look, for me, I don't want to wind up in a landfill, but if you have them and if you get to great-great-grandpa or whatever, almost have whatever you're done with my ashes, take them here and unload them in this spot. And that's why maybe that's the best play, whether it be in the ocean, whether it be someplace sprinkle some ashes right outside of Yankee Stadium. You know, might be a place that means something to them. That seems to be the best play.
I used to want my ashes spread over where they had the Bigfoot Patterson film over there in California.
Yes.
But then there's rumors that the guy
they kind of debunked that.
lied.
It's a fake film.
So now I'll put my ashes on a fake story.
That would suck.
my whole life was a lie.
Everything.
I believed it.
Based on it was a complete lie.
Turns out Bigfoot is not real.
I'm like, I'd really be bummed out. That's the last thing I hear as I'm croaking. Oh, by the way, Bigfoot is not real. Oh.
Would it change your decision to get cremated, thinking that maybe your great-great-grandson is just going to chuck you into a landfill or throw you in the garbage?
I've never wanted to be cremated. I've always wanted to go in the ground in a box.
Okay.
I got a different perspective. I mean, I kind of feel like when you pass away, your soul's already free and you can take my body. Like I make jokes. Stuff me, make me into a mannequin.
So much can go wrong with the urn, spillage, droppage, breakage.
It's my own personal belief. I feel like at a certain point, your spirit leaves. And
absolutely, yeah. I'd rather be taken someplace by my family that knew me and loved me and then have them release whatever that spiritual place is that means something. Because, I don't trust my great-great-grandson. He's not going to respect me.
Of course he's not.
I already got a feeling.
He never met you.
Right.
You can't get respect in this century.
Exactly, yes. I can only imagine how much they're not going to care about me.
It's not your
Future
fault.
generations are
You didn't
gonna-
do anything wrong. You just died. You're a good father.
Now, this is an interesting story here from James in Port St. Lucie. You say you've got your ex-girlfriend's ashes?
I do. And me and her were together for 7 years, and we kind of split up, and she got married. Me and her husband and her were friends, kept in touch with each other for a very long time. She passed away, God bless her soul, but he gave a little container of her ashes to me as well as a lot of her family. Now, mine's a little bit different, so I was kind of thinking about the same way Jason was talking about, finding a special place that I had with her and like making it a permanent memorial place for her, because who do I have to pass it on to, really? Who would want my ex-girlfriend's ashes?
Right.
Yeah, right.
It's not going to be special to your kids or anybody in your family.
Yeah. So it's a little different with my situation, but like if anybody else out there does have a friend and not a family that they have ashes of, then I would probably suggest doing the same thing, is finding the special place that you had together and just keeping it there as a permanent memorial.
Yeah, I love that idea.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I really think the key is that if you go the cremation route, that you have to give them to somebody you trust, the ashes, and be like, okay, by the time you're gone, they've got to be gone too.
We got to make a plan
Yes.
for how this story ends.
Right.
Some people take ashes and they'll put them in a necklace and keep
Yes.
it. And if, God forbid, Kevin goes before us, I don't want his ashes, but I do want a necklace of his hair.
Okay, we can do that. I'll just give it to you. You can wear it around every day.
No, I would too.
You would. It'd
But
be the
wear it as a
weirdest thing ever.
merkin.
Yeah. Yes. It's not for the head. It's downstairs.
I need 20 necklaces. Some
Make
are
my
going
hair
to break.
flap. I love it. I can't wait to see it.